on page
Okay, we are going
14.
to be skipping problem 2.1. So wherever problem 2.2 is in that big frogs and fleas packet, you're going to turn to this page that matches up with this right now. We're going to do 2.1 in the first 2.2 in the first half of 2.3. So the vocab in your book on page 21 explains the difference between factored form and expanded form. So factored form is the form where you have the two parentheses. So this is an example. And expanded form is where you do that FOIL method, that first, outer, inner, last. So this is your first, which is x squared. And this is your outer, which is your minus 2x. And this is your inner, which is your 2x. And this is your last, which is a negative 4. You then need to make sure you put the like terms together. So this is x squared. Minus 2x and plus 2x cancels. It's a 0x, so you don't need to write that at all. X squared minus 4. So the last vocabulary word, a term, well, let me actually write the definition for expanded. So in expanded form, that's a y equals x squared equation with no parentheses. And then the last one, a term. These are separated by parentheses. Like x squared is a term. 4, that's a term. X is a term. X, Y, Z, that's a term. If you have something like this, that's two terms, because there's two different things separated by a parentheses. Okay, so a square has a side length of x, and one dimension is increased by 3, and we'll draw that first. So a square has side length of x. Square means both sides are the same. One dimension increased by 3. Doesn't matter which side you choose. I'll choose this side. We're adding 3. And then it says the same thing. So the second thing is like not even needed here, because we just did that. So the new triangle is x, oh my, times x plus 3. So that is your factored form. Your expanded form would be x squared plus 3x. So the original one is x squared. The new one is x squared plus 3x. So how do the rectangles compare? The new one is 3x bigger. And then it says write two expressions for the area of the new rectangle. And we actually already did that, but I'll write them out again. So factored form is x times x plus 3. Expanded form is x squared plus 3x. And an expression should have an equals y because that's the full equation. Oops. So in the first one, the factored form is x times x plus 6. This is your x right there, and this is your x plus 6. If you want to expand that, even though it's not here, it would be x squared plus 6x. And in number 2, let's go ahead and write the factored form first. That's way easier. This means that you are subtracting 6, so x times x minus 6. And then if you distribute that, you would have x squared minus 6x. So now we're going to draw a rectangle. So you always start with an x by x. And for this one, on one side, we're going to add 4. So this is your x and your x plus 4, and that's factored form. And then expanded form would be x squared plus 4x. This is your x squared, and this is your 4x. So in number 2, again, you're going to have an x plus an x. And I'm going to go ahead and write this as adding a negative 4. And for some reason, I can't finish that box. So this is your factored form. Your expanded form would be x squared minus 4x. Your x squared lies right here, and your negative 4x lies in there, if you can read that. Alright, this one's a little bit weird. 5 plus 2 is just 7. So you don't start with an x by x, you start with an x by 5, and then you're adding 2. Oh my. So this would be 5x plus 2x, and that simplifies to 7x. Your 5x is right here, your 2x is right there. That should be like a perfect box. Oh, my board. Okay. Next, this time you have it in expanded, so you want to take out the greatest common factor to get it in factored form before you draw it. The greatest common factor in the first one is just an x, and you're left over with x plus 5. Okay, I'm going to try to rewrite that. So, in order to draw this, one dimension is your x by x, and then you're going to be adding 5 to either side, so it would look like that. This is your x squared, that's your 5x. So in the next one, the greatest common factor again is an x. You're left over with an x minus 5. So it's the same thing. You start with your x by x. You can take away 5 like that, or you can start with your x by x and you can tack on a negative 5. Both of those are the same thing. And then in 3, you take out your greatest common factor. You're left with x plus 4. So you start with your x by x, and you are adding 4 to one side. This is your x squared, this is your 4x. And the last one, this is your x squared, this is your negative 5x. So the distributive property is what I showed you on that first page. Let's do it where they don't cancel each other. So if you just pick something like x plus 1, x plus 2. So again, we're thinking of distributing the x. So x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. So we just distributed the x. Now we're going to distribute the 1. So 1 times x is 1x. And 1 times 2 is 2. You want to put your like terms together then. So you have x squared plus 3x plus 2. So if you were to think about the box for this, On one side you would have added 1, and on the other side you would have added 2. So your x squared is right here. Your 2x is right here. 2 times x. Your 1x is right here. 1 times x. And then your 2 is right here. 2 times 1 is 2. This is 2 because this is 2. This is 1 because this is 1. So we're going to do that same exact thing with this. It says label each area. So this is our x times x, which is x squared. This is 3 times x, which is 3x. This is 2 times x. We know it's x because that's x, so 2x. And this is 3 by 2, so that's 6. So our initial one is x squared. Our new one is x plus 3 times x plus 2. And then x times x is x squared, so that's this right here. X times 2 is 2x, that's this right there. 3 times x is 3x, that's right there. And 3 times 2 is 6, that's this right there. So this simplifies into x squared plus 5x plus 6. So how does the new one compare? The new one is 5x plus 6 more. You've got 3 sections that are added on, the 3x, the 2x, and the 6. So it's 5x plus 6 more, all of it. So again, the factored form was x plus 2, x plus 3. I'm doing it the reverse way now. And then x squared plus 5x plus 6. This is the same as this. It doesn't matter which way you write it, you'll get the same exact answer. Okay, so factored form, x plus 2 times x plus 5, or you can have them in the reverse order. Expanded form is going to be x squared plus 5x plus 2x plus 10. That's x squared plus 7x plus 10. This is your x squared, this is your 5x, this is your 2x, this is your 10. Okay, so the next one, this is x plus 3 over here. And then down here, this is also x plus 3. So factored form is x plus 3 times x plus 3. Expanded form is x squared plus 3x plus another 3x plus 9. So x squared plus 6x plus 9. In 3, you have your x plus 2 and your x plus 4. So you have x squared, that's right here. 4x, that's right here. 2x, that's right here. And 8, that's right here. So x squared plus 6x plus 8 is expanded. I know, wow. I know it says expanded on your sheet. Alright, this one's a little bit weird because this dimension is 2x. So your factored form is 2x times x plus 1. So now to expand that, you're going to do 2x times x, which is 2x squared. That means there's 2x squareds. Oh my gosh. That's one of them, and that's the other. They're both in red. Okay, and then 2x times 1 is 2x. That means there's 2 x's. A 1 by x is x. So your 2x are these 2 x's. Your 2x squareds are these two. The last problem, it says make a sketch to show that you start with an x by x, One dimension of this square is doubled and then increased by 2. So doubling it means you're going to add an x, and then you're going to increase it by 2. And the other dimension is increased by 3. So this 3, you've got to kind of like chunk it up there. So we're going to label these areas and we're going to write two expressions. So this dimension is 2x plus 2. This dimension is x plus 3. So factored form is 2x plus 2 times x plus 3. So now we're going to expand that. So 2x times x is 2x squared. That comes from this x squared and this x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. That comes from this 3x and this 3x. That's 6x. 2x is 2x, and that's right here. This is not drawn to scale. And 2 times 3 is 6, and that's right here. So expanded form is 2x squared plus 8x plus 6. And these should all be a y equals. My board is really not working, as you can tell. So that is what is up for today. Go ahead and start your homework and have a wonderful evening.